Good morning, everyone. This is Leanne here from Scrappin' with Flair, and it's been forever, ages, since I've done a YouTube video. So I thought I would do one today showing you how I use my Kiwi Lane designer templates and my piecings from Treasure Box Design because they are super adorable, and I'm on the design team. This one I had to do. I just got a new quad, so I had to do the quadding guy. All right. So, the designer templates, the Kiwi Lane designer templates, if you haven't seen them before, they're basically just kind of like an acrylic or a plastic template that you can use to lay out your page. So basically what you're doing is making yourself a page map before you even cut or glue any paper or whatever, before you make those decisions, because sometimes cutting paper can be a really hard decision. I know it can be for me, especially if I really like the paper. So this way it takes the stress out of the scrapbooking for me. So the templates that I'm using today are the Sunnybrook Lane, Aspen Court, the strips, the photo templates, and one of the designer they call them accessory sets, and I'm using the Wacky accessory set. So this, I've got the other side done, so I'm just going to kind of show you how I lay out my page here, or how I decided to lay out the page, this page. So the nice thing about it is you can add layers upon layers upon layers. So this one I decided to go with, this is a Sunnybrook Lane, and then you just start layering your templates one on top of the other until you get the look that you desire, which is really nice because, again, you get a visual, and I'm huge on visuals because I sometimes have a hard time doing that, visualizing what my page is going to look like before or when I start cutting my paper, and that's why maybe I have such a hard time. So here I'm just layering the designer templates one on top of each other, and then I laid some strips down on top here, on the top, and then on the bottom I've got the Sunnybrook Lane here and another Sunnybrook Lane here. So now, in order to get some flow to my page, what you usually do, because there's another side that goes with this, so what you would do is you would take the one template and move it over and use it on the others. They've got matching sides. So this side has a matching side to it like this. So this one would go on this side, this way. You see what I'm saying? I guess I could move the other page over. Hang on. So this is the other page that I've already designed. So, can you see it there, sort of? So this matching side here flips over and would be on the matching side here. Now you don't have to put them straight across from each other. I could have flipped it over and brought it down here, or flipped it over and brought it over here, but I chose to use this side. And the reason I did that is because if I line it up perfectly here, you can see that once I cut the papers and have it all glued down, it's going to have this nice flow that goes across here, and I really kind of like that. So, well, for this layout anyways. So, get this all kind of mooshed back together. Anyways, there you go, you get the idea. And then the other thing that I like about it is I can take my piecings and I can put them on my design, so I know exactly where they're going to go also. So I'm going to take the Wacky and stick it under here because it kind of reminds me of a mud spot. Now I'm going to put my photos on, and these are just little 2x2 photos that are going to go right here. My title mudding is going to go up there. And I have 2 3x4 photos that tuck under here. like so. And this one 4x5 photo will go here. And I have a 3x3 left over. I'm not sure where it came from. Anyways, that doesn't matter because obviously I've got a nice full page here. I don't think I need it. So this one goes here and this one gets tucked under here. Like so. So now that I have this, I'm going to move this one out of the way for now just because I'll have more room. So now that I have this all laid out and I know basically what my layout's going to look like, which I'm really kind of loving it. Now it's time to remove your templates one at a time, trace them onto your pattern paper, cut, ink if you so desire, and then glue everything down. So I'm just going to show you how the cutting works. I gotta grab my paper. So I'm using the All About a Boy stack from Die Cuts with a View, and it's got some really nice pattern papers. I didn't have anything like quadding specific, so there's the papers that I'm going to use, and I think they'll do the trick. I kind of like them. They're not double-sided. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take the opposite side of your template. I'm just going to move this for now. So I have those two. I have to decide what I want up there. And I'm thinking I want the polka dots up there. So what you would do is just take your template, move that way out of the way so I have room. So you take your template and you lay it down on your paper like so. And of course I don't have a pencil handy. And the phone rings. Okay. Found a pencil. That took longer than I thought it was going to. Okay, so once you have your layout all laid out, you take the one side of your designer template. So I'm taking the Sunnybrook Lane 3B and I'm going to trace it. Then I'm going to take 3A, put it on top, and just put a little mark right there. Oh my God. Then you take your trimmer. Wasn't very prepared for this. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. Take your trimmer. Just trim it off there. The nice thing about this too is you've got nice uniform pieces that are left over. So if you wanted to make a card or something, you could. Then all you do is just cut along that mark, that pencil mark that you made. Like so. Now you can leave this as is. What I like to do though is ink the edges. And the chalk, or the ink I'm using is a Color Box chalk ink, Chestnut Roan, and that happens to be one of my favorite. I use that a lot on my piecings also. So the nice thing about this is it adds a little texture and depth to your layout and your layers. It doesn't take very long, and also it can hide some of those imperfections that you have. And then you ink this side. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then you take your pieces and you just put them back on your layout. Like so. And this one will go on the other side over here. So I'm not going to go through each and every single paper cut that I do because that's incredibly boring for you to watch. But I will come back after I have all the paper cut but not glued down, just to show you what the next step is. Okay, so I'm done cutting and inking and all that fun stuff, and this is what the layout will look like once it's all glued down. I haven't glued it down yet. So basically what I would do is I would just take off piece by piece, add adhesive, stick it back down. Sometimes I will draw lines if I want my placing to be perfect. I'll just take off, say, all of this right here. Oh, come on. So I take all of this off. And I know that's where I want that. I take my pencil and just draw a line straight across. Now, no one's going to see that because it'll be all covered up with paper. So then what I do, I mean, you don't have to draw the lines. Then what I do is I just take my adhesive, and this is zip dry adhesive. And the one fantastic thing that I like about zip dry is, whoops, it gives you wiggle room. And if you do happen to get it someplace where you don't want it, you can actually rub it off before it sets. So it is a little bit, it does have an odor to it. So if you're sensitive to odors, then probably not the glue for you. But like I said, it gives you that wiggle room. So you've seen how I was able to line that up perfectly with that line. Whereas a dry adhesive, it would be a little bit more difficult to do that. And sometimes with dry adhesive, you don't have any extra room or extra time to, once you stick it down, it's down. So then this one, you just keep going, laying them down piece by piece. Now, where is this one? It doesn't line up. Oh well. Anyways, it goes, see how I was able to move that around like a so. And once I have it where I want it, and see, I got a little bit of adhesive on here, I'm able to just rub it off. And no one knows any different, which is kind of handy dandy. And then you just keep going. Layering and layering and layering. So I will post pictures of everything completed on my blog, which is www.scrapandwithflair.blogspot.com. And thanks so much for watching. Thanks. Bye.